All right, guys, what's going on? I had something kind of funny happen to me today. I wanted to share it with you guys. So today was the first day we started doing our sprinkler blowouts. And we're out there, we're kind of doing our thing. And we get to one, it's about 5 o'clock tonight. And it's starting to get cold outside. So it's about 38 degrees outside. And I get up to this one, it's kind of a little bit different. So the turnoff is inside, the backflow is right next to the house in the backyard. And so I get up there and I'm looking at it, and so I talked to the homeowner and I said, hey, your shutoff's inside, can you turn that off for me? She said, oh yeah, no problem, I'll get that taken care of. So she goes inside, shuts it off, she comes outside and she says, okay, you're good to go. Cool. So I go out there and I pull the plug on the blowout, and I just get drenched with water. I mean, it just starts gushing out. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And it's a 1-inch pipe. So it's literally just coming out. And I'm sitting here trying to put the plug back in to get this thing to stop. And Justin's behind me, so I holler at Justin. I said, hey, go make sure she turned the right valve. It's not working. There's still water coming out. So he goes and does that, and while he's in there, talking with her, I'm out there, I'm literally trying to get this thing in there because I felt like it was like a fire hydrant coming out at me. It was a lot of water, and I was just soaked. I mean, I was completely soaked. So anyway, it's just funny. It's funny to me. If I would have had a camera rolling, you guys would be laughing so hard right now. So you got this 1-inch pipe, and I'm literally standing there just trying to shove this thing back in, but it's just too much pressure. I can't get it in there. And then finally I just give up, and it just starts coming out. And the backyard is flooding, and it's flooding quickly. By that time, Justin had come back, and he goes, she turned off the right one. I said, well, whatever, go have her turn off the water to the whole house. I gotta get this thing stopped. So she does that. And never really kind of figured out what happened. I think one of two things happened. So either she turned the right one off but just didn't get it off all the way, or she just turned off the wrong one. But anyway, we ended up getting it figured out, and we ended up kind of getting it blown out and not doing all that stuff. But the funny part is I was confused there for a minute. I was like, this is so weird. Because if she turned off the irrigation, and why is there still water coming out at me? And then I started looking for another blowout. I was like, well, maybe that's not the right blowout. So I start looking around, and I'm looking all over the yard. And about the time I'm in the front yard, just kind of looking for anything that I could find that might have a blowout in it, the neighbor across the street came over, and he goes, hey, sir, I just wanted to ask you, do you have time to blow mine out tonight? And I was like, sir, I would, but I'm actually really backed up on these. It's starting to get late. I can't really do it tonight. And he told me, he goes, oh, that's fine. He says, I actually have a compressor, and I've been studying this on YouTube, and I think I know how to do it, but I can't figure out where to blow these out at. And it was just funny because he says this to me, and the first thing I say to him, I say, yeah, join the club, man. I can't really figure this one out either. So ended up his was the same way. The reason why I didn't think this blowout was right, because basically the blowout was underneath the backflow, and you had to blow into the blowout and through the backflow to blow the system out. And I didn't think you're supposed to be able to do that. I don't remember actually testing on anything official or anything like that, but I've always thought you blow through the backflow, you're kind of messing up your seals in there. That's to me that's a lot of pressure. But if I'm wrong, if somebody would kind of clarify that for me, I would really appreciate it. But what I did is I told him, I said, hey, once I get this one over here figured out, I'll come over there and I'll try to help you out. And so I looked and looked and looked, couldn't find anything. Finally, okay, that's got to be the blowout, so we blew it out. Hopefully we didn't damage anything in the backflow, but got her taken care of, and I went over there, and he had the same issue. And what's funny is he actually told me, he goes, I've been doing research on this so I could just do it myself. And he said, but one video, or I don't know what he watched, but he said a video that he watched, the guy had said something about blowing back through the backflow. You're not supposed to be able to do that. You're not supposed to, you know, blow through the backflow. And I told him, I said, yeah, you know, I think you're right. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that, but honestly, you don't have any choice right now. You know, what we could do in that situation later on is, you know, we could just cap that one off and make a new one on down the line a little bit. But anyway, just a funny story. And this is another reason why I like irrigation, because you have to think. You got to think a little bit. And this one had me all screwed up. I mean, I called my dad and I was like, what's going on? And I needed help because I couldn't figure it out, because I didn't think that was, you know, that was the correct blowout. But apparently it was. So there was not another one in the yard. Trust me, I searched every inch of that front and backyard, not one in there. So that had to be the only one. And that's my story.